Hi, I'm Tyson Slocum. I'm Director of Public Citizens Energy Program. I've been proud to have been a part of Public Citizen for the last 8 years because I believe our organization leads the fight like no other group in DC to fight for the interests of hardworking Americans everywhere, to make sure that we have a voice in government. You know, here in Washington every day I see the oil companies and the coal companies and the nuclear power companies and their armies of lobbyists and their millions of dollars in campaign contributions. They get the access, they get the private meetings, they get the legislation written tailored to their needs. But too often, the needs of hardworking Americans out there are ignored. And that's why Public Citizen is so needed today, more than ever, to make sure that Americans out there have their voice in government, to have their advocate walking the halls of Congress, to hold members of Congress accountable, to expose the wrongdoing and the corruption by big, powerful corporations, and to push for laws that hold those corporations accountable and make sure that we get legislation that actually benefits and protects the needs of millions of Americans out there. And there's no other issue greater than energy policy. For years, we've had the Bush administration cater to the needs of big oil companies and big coal companies, and that's why, since Bush has been president, big oil companies have earned almost $600 billion in profits at a time when our climate change is creating environmental catastrophes and folks out there are paying record high prices for energy. And it's Public Citizen that leads the charge to hold these oil companies accountable, to push to get rid of the billions of dollars in subsidies that they receive every year from we the people, and instead spend that money on bigger financial incentives for folks to install solar panels on the roof of their homes, to buy super fuel efficient vehicles, to make billions of dollars in needed investments in mass transit, all to give us access to alternatives from greedy oil companies. It's Public Citizen that's pushing hard to make sure that climate change legislation to save our planet doesn't turn into another corporate lobby grab fest where big corporations get billions of dollars in handouts while the planet takes a back seat. I'm proud to have been a member of Public Citizen for the last 8 years. I've been proud to work with the hundreds of groups that Public Citizen works with on a local level across the country and with the grassroots networks of activists. But we need your help, and your involvement in our organization will ensure that the future of America will not be governed by ExxonMobil, but instead by we the people.